Hi, everybody. The end of week 3. And this week was, although a shortened work week because they had Monday off, it was still packed. I was here till after 5, at least 3 of the 4 days. And I did the IPT therapy yesterday. So what they do with IPT therapy is they bring your sugar level low, and then they introduce some glucose, and then they give you the IPT drugs next, kind of tricking the cancer cells into taking the cancer drugs. So then they do that, and then we follow up with antibiotics and IV, just a hydration bag and some other stuff. I don't know. So yesterday, it took about almost 3 hours to get my glucose level to the right spot. I did everything I was supposed to. I wasn't that I did something I shouldn't have. It just, my body wasn't doing it. They even brought in the acupuncturist to try and help me get the level down, and that still didn't work. So I reached out to my Moms in Prayer group and my prayer warriors in Idaho, and sure enough, within 20 minutes, my blood level had dropped to the point that we could start. So that was good. But I was still there till after 5 because waiting on the IVs, really. The other thing too with when they put in the chemo drugs, it was really weird because they had to put ice on my hands and ice on my head just to protect from neuropathy. They said they don't really have an incident of that. You experience that more so when you're doing full dose chemo. And since I wasn't doing that, and no one here does that, they just do it as a precaution. But I gotta tell you, it felt really good, especially when they introduced the chemo drugs, because certain parts of my body actually got really hot. It was really bizarre. Not flushed, just hot. And they said, "Oh, that's normal. You're doing good." I'm like, okay. So did that. Oh, and then of course, had a little bit of a meltdown because they didn't tell me about some of the other drugs they were going to give me, and I questioned them. And Jeremy, the nurse, so sweet. He's like, "Okay, let's just get the doctor in here and he can answer them for you. We're not going to do anything you're not comfortable with." I said, "Okay, good." So because I have LCBD, I was able to reason between them and myself that I didn't need 2 of those drugs. And they agreed. They said, "Well, if you're that confident in your CBD, and then technically, yes, it will do the exact same thing these drugs are going to do. Should it not work and you feel like you need more, we'll have these drugs here on standby in case you decide you want them." I'm like, okay. Scared the bejeebies out of me because I'm like, what if it doesn't work? What if I'm wrong? I wasn't. I did just fine. And that's because I was taking LCBD. Again, can't push that man's product enough because he is so diligent about making sure it's good. And when I say good, I mean quality. So I highly recommend LCBD from myfitlife.net, plugging him again. That helped a lot. Excuse me. And Joe was an absolute angel, believe it or not, all week. He got dinner ready. He made sure last night when I got home that I had to do nothing except shower and put on my pajamas. He took care of everything, including laundry, and folded it. And so that was awesome. Thanks to Carol and Christina and Linda Jackson and of course my mom and dad. But just for your support, the money you sent came in again timely as always, and so I just appreciate that a lot. And the prayers, like I said, within 20 minutes of putting out an SOS prayer request, God answered it. And that was awesome just to watch. I'm like, all right, I'm going to put you to work, Lord. Here we go. This is what we need to happen. I don't know what was going to happen if they couldn't get my sugar level to drop, but I know Joe was saying in the background, maybe you're not supposed to do this. Maybe that's God's way of telling you don't do this. I'm like, well, we'll see what happens after this next attempt. And then, yeah, we might have to go there. We're good. So, and Tiffany got the IV in. She's an angel. She did right off the bat, got it, no problem. And it was so funny because she's like, "Oh my gosh, no pressure here," because there were like 4 people standing there watching her do it. And I said, "You got it, Tiffany. Don't worry. I got the whole prayer team on this. You're good." And she got it, no problem. And that part went really well. So then I just took my other THC at night. As soon as I got home, did my 2 doses there. I was fine. I was fine. I was tired today, and I just did all the other modalities today, had my IVs. I say that like that because they just take all day to get them in me, because I react to them if they go too quickly. Anyway, overall, I think it's a good week. My numbers look really good. There's 2 areas that the doctor is not seeing the progress that we would like to see. And our hope is after doing the IPT today, and of course, I'm hoping with introducing the higher dosage of THC that I've been doing these last 2 weeks, that's going to help too, to bring that turnaround that we're looking for in those 2 numbers. So we will know, I think, next week. I mean, they check my labs constantly, so I'm pretty sure I'll have more information next week. But I am scheduled to do a second round next week and go from there. So I hope you guys all had a blessed week. I was very fortunate to have last week off and spend times with Jake and Sam. It was great just to hang out with them and not be exhausted. So that was good. And I hope you all had a wonderful New Year. Ours was very peaceful. and yeah, so Happy New Year. Thank you. I'm still praying, and I hope you also, if you wouldn't mind also keeping my friend Lisa in your prayers, and my friend Sharon, both doing their own journeys with cancer, and Lisa's doing a more traditional route, and that woman is tough. What she's having to deal with and be put through on her treatment plan, she's tough, and she's still working. So God bless her. Please keep her in your prayers. And Sharon, she's getting ready to do a similar treatment I'm doing with the low dose, and we just hopefully God's got in their plans to heal them both as well, and just bring us along. So thank you. Love you all, and we'll talk to you next week.